This is a picture of me lying in a hospital bed. I just had a serious knee operation. As you can see, the left leg is very bandaged. But right on the bottom of the leg, you can see like an orange bandage, or what looks like a bandage. That orange bandage is actually a device that contracts and releases. Contracts and releases. It has a continuous motion that helps against clotting. One of the major risks with an operation like this is that you have blood clots. So this is a small but very important device. Soon after the operation ended, the nurse came in and put this around my leg. I didn't feel any of that movement that I was expected to feel. In fact, I didn't really know what that was for initially. After a while, I called the nurse in and I said, "What is this meant to be doing? Because I can't feel anything. Is it because I'm still sedated?" And she said, "You're not feeling anything? That should be the contracting and releasing." And had a look and saw that this device, although it was around my leg, hadn't been plugged in, hadn't been turned on. And she made a comment like, "I don't know who put this on you, but they didn't do it correctly." So here's the thing. The person who put it on without understanding why they're putting it on. If they understood the reason, they would have turned it on. If they understood the massive consequence, potentially, of him not turning it on, that this is very crucial to the whole operation, they would have made sure that they turned it on. So first of all, maybe they didn't get the right training. But second of all, they definitely didn't understand the why. They didn't understand the reason why they were doing it. And that made me think around different things. Do we always understand the why we are doing things? In business, we often do things without realizing why. What are we trying to achieve? What's our main goal? Simon Sinek recently came out with a concept that he called the golden circle. And in the golden circle, right in the middle, is the why. And he said you've got to start with the why, not the what or the how, but the why. Why are you doing it? And the moment you understand the why, the rest should follow. You know, there's a lovely story about three men on a roof. And they on the roof of a brand new church, and they're building this church. And they went to the first guy and they said to him, "What are you doing?" And he said, "I'm hammering a nail into wood." And they went to the second guy and they said, "What are you doing?" And he said, "I'm building a roof." And they went to the third guy and said to him, "What are you doing?" And he says, "I'm building a church." The motivation from the guy that just feels like all he's doing is banging a nail into wood is very different to the motivation of the guy who believes that he's building a holy temple. So understand not just what you're doing, but why you're doing it. What is the bigger picture? I'm David Zeidel, and these are just some of the random thoughts of a business school lecturer. If you want to see more videos like this, please hit the subscribe button below.